Coach Cabbage, nice enough to give us a few minutes before they head down to Auburn, but a detour on the way. Let's talk about that. You guys are making a stop off, going to play the crabapple course, and I like where your head's at there. You kind of like to throw them a monkey wrench, but also a productive visit on the way down to the tournament this week.
We will. We'll have an opportunity as we travel down to Auburn to stop off at the Capital City Club, give the guys an opportunity to play the golf course there at the Capital City Club that we'll be playing the NCAA championship on in late May and early June. And that's our objective. That's our goal is to get to Atlanta this year and to be one of those final 30 teams. And the schedule permitted that we would be able to stop off and see the golf course and hopefully give us a little heads up as we move through our spring season and into NCAAs in late May and early June.
All right, you can go home again. Of course, you're very familiar with down at the Grand National at the Auburn Invitational. Let's talk about this course, what memories you may have from it, and how those memories will help this team. You guys are going to get an extra practice round in down there, which I think is a great idea. Talk a little about what goes into those decisions and how you may be able to help the guys kind of navigate this course.
But I am fortunate to have seen a lot of rounds and played a lot of rounds from being in school there. When I was in school, Grand National was one of the few facilities and golf courses that we had an opportunity to play. And so I've played the golf course many times. I've seen, being an assistant there for 12 years, I've seen a lot of kids play the golf course as well. It's a good golf course, very straightforward. I think it's a golf course that'll set up well for our guys, and we will have that opportunity to play the golf course on Friday. Sort of a little pre-practice round, just to give the guys an opportunity to get just a little bit more comfortable on the golf course and kind of see some things, and will help us to be more prepared when we get started on Monday.
Let's talk about the last tournament you guys were in briefly. It was one of those one round a day deals, which you don't see a lot of. Just playing 18 in 3 straight days versus one day where you have 36 holes. How did that affect the guys? How was it different, and how could you take advantage of that from day 1 to day 2, having a little bit more rest and not being so weary in the second round on the day?
Well, as we talked about before we went out to Houston, that the 18 format over the course of 3 days gives the guys an opportunity to practice a little bit after the round. It was a bit unique in that the tee times were a little bit later on Friday and Saturday, so there was not a lot of time following the round, but we did have an opportunity to work on a few of the things that we needed to get a little bit better with following each of the 2 rounds, first and second round as we led into Sunday's final round, and the guys had an opportunity to probably be a little bit more rested than normal with the 36-hole day. That's a little bit tough on them from that standpoint, but we handled it well, played well the first round. I felt like that the second round would be the biggest challenge for our guys, but they handled it very well, playing with Texas and Baylor in that second round. We struggled a little bit in the third round, and we'll learn from that and be better from that, but a lot of positives coming out of Houston, and certainly more positives than negatives there, and I'm excited for this team and looking forward to the rest of the spring starting in Auburn next week.
Not a bad way to kind of break in the start of the semester without having a 36-hole day. Now you get back to regular schedules where you're going to have a 36-hole day. What are the biggest challenges on that day, whether it be between rounds or getting ready for that day as you set to go out?
Well, there's not a lot of time in between rounds. It's pretty much continuous play. I think the key on a 36-hole day is just being patient throughout the course of the day. It's a long day. It can be tough on the guys physically and mentally, but just be patient. Understand that we're going to be out there for a while. Just continue to hit good shot after good shot, and kind of take what the golf course gives to you. Learn from round 1. What can you carry over into round 2? Things that as we continue, although obviously with 2 practice rounds this week, we'll still continue to learn the golf course as we move through, and to try to get better as we move through the event from round 1 into round 2 later that afternoon, and then ultimately round 3 on Tuesday.
All right, it's another different lineup. It seems like there's so much competition on your squad that even sometimes you don't even know from week to week who's going to emerge as one of the guys that's going to make these trips. How's that decision-making process and qualifying process been for you here, I guess, now in your 7th tournament?
It's good. We will have a different lineup than what we had in Houston. Raul Menard will be back in the lineup. But, competition is good. And that's, one of the things that we focus on as we move throughout the year is putting these guys in a competitive situation. We're fortunate to be a pretty deep team right now, which is only going to help us as we move down the road. But, that's the thing that we want to do, find the right fit, use the regular season to put these guys in competitive situations and find out, the guys that, are most prepared and ready to go as we get toward the end of the season with our conference, our regional, and then ultimately the NCAA championship. So the guys are playing well. I think it's something that, I think they enjoy the competition. That's the encouraging thing. In that they really embrace that when we jump in and compete against one another to determine the lineups. It makes for difficult decisions because obviously when you have that, you're leaving great players, at home. But their time will come, and we just got to continue to work hard and to get better individually and as a team. The getting better will take care of itself.
And that just makes the guys left behind hungry to get back in there. Speaking of hungry, the best part about going to Auburn is all the great places to eat, right?
I've been to a few of the restaurants down there. It was funny, Coach Maxon the other day had asked about will we need any directions for this week. So I told him I think we've got that taken care of, and I don't think we're going to get lost while we're down there for sure. And we will find some good food.
All right, Coach, have fun going back home where you played your college golf, and I hope you guys have a good week of practice and play, and we'll look forward to catching up with you when you get back.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to getting back to Auburn. It's a special place to me with some great memories, and look forward to seeing some old familiar faces and a lot of people that did a lot for me to get me to where I am today. But really excited for this team. I think we're moving in the right direction, and as I said, I think the golf course sets up well for us. We're looking forward to getting down there and having a great week.